I don't know how I got so lucky as to find this game, but I'm glad I did. This is by far the most fun game to come out of 2026 so far, and you probably haven't even heard of it, which is a shame because if you're a fan of open world platformers, this is one of the best ones I've come across, which makes it hurt so much that so many people haven't heard of this one. But I'm hopefully going to change that, and maybe even convince you that it's time to take a look at Demon Tides, which is the latest game in the Demon Turf franchise that started back in 2021. Back then, the series was a 2.5D platformer where you control a demon girl named Beebs, and it had a pretty unique looking style to it that makes me kind of surprised I never heard of it before. But luckily for me, Fabraz came back to make a sequel that I have fallen in love with playing called Demon Tides. And also luckily for me, and possibly for you too, there's no requirement for you to play the previous games in the series to understand Demon Tides and be able to enjoy it. They give a small synopsis near the beginning of the game for all the details you need to know walking in, and then you're off on this new adventure. This time, however, the game has come in with a full change to 3D, with the story continuing with Beebs and her friends being invited to Ragnar's Rock. Upon arriving, though, their boat is destroyed, and they find themselves stuck in this land with no way of reaching the floating castle they're destined for. And the mystery of this world starts to unravel as Beebs and her friends meet locals like Runa, who is willing to help her get to the castle. But Beebs will first need to collect golden gears in order to power a cannon strong enough to blast her boat up to the castle. Yes, that's right. In order to get to the castle, you're going to use a cannon. Did I mention how much I enjoy this game? Anyway, back to the story. So how will Beebs get these golden gears to power this cannon? You do that by completing challenges spread across the open world on different islands. The whole focus of Demon Tides is on its non-linear open world gameplay. You can navigate through this world using Beebs' power to transform into various forms, like a snake that can give her extra speed on land and in water, or giving an extra jump in the form of a bat, and then the ability to float across gaps using this spinning top form, which these abilities can be combined too in order to get through different platforming challenges. Like being able to use the bat to get up higher and then the spinning top to get some extra distance to make a jump. Using these different forms, it's easy to navigate across the different challenges this open world has to offer. And when I say open world, I mean it. This is truly an open world platformer where you can decide to go anywhere you want and complete missions in any order you want, or skip them altogether. The only restriction really is the 3 areas you can venture around unlock as you get more golden gears. But within those areas, there's no specific path you have to take. You just swim through the ocean until you find an island, at which point you can then explore and take on the platforming challenges it has to offer, finding any chest that could contain golden gears, talismans, or outfits. And the islands are made in a way that you can tackle the challenges any way you want. They have their designated route, but the game actually openly embraces for you to find ways to get from point A to point B however you want. For example, this part here is designed in a way that you're meant to use these floating walls to run across them. But instead of doing that, I'm able to just jump up and then walk across the top of the wall thanks to the extra abilities given to me by a talisman. See those talismans I mentioned earlier that you can find in chests? They give you special abilities that you can add onto your transformations, like changing the direction of the boost the bat has in order to go forward instead of going down, or allowing your spinning top to float a little bit further. The combination of these talismans gives you the freedom to explore the world and solve the different platforming challenges however you like. At the start, you can only equip 2 of these talismans at a time, but you can go up against the champions of each area, and by defeating them, you'll unlock additional slots that you can use to equip more talismans, with these battles being completely optional. If you don't want to do them, you can just stick to the 2 talisman slots that you start off with, and just go on your way collecting golden gears. But if you want that extra help, you have the option of taking down up to all 3 of these to unlock extra slots. It is completely up to you on how you want to proceed with playing this game. If you want to just go for the golden gears, you can just go for the golden gears. But if you want to collect everything in your path, like I do, you have that option as well, and the game will reward you when you decide to do so. It really reminds me of the insane ways people used to use the different mechanics in Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom to get around, where the game gives you a challenge, gives you the tools, and then just kind of sits back to watch what you'll do with them. And it is insane what you can do in this game. Now, I'm not going to sit here and pretend I was able to pull off anything too crazy, but I got a chance to see some of the stuff some people were able to do in this game thanks to the Ghost mode. When you complete one of the islands by collecting everything it has to offer, it opens up a speedrun mode that you can perform on that island, which allows you to try and get through the challenges of that island as quickly as possible. But you can also go up against the ghosts of other people's runs. And man, did watching some of these make me realize how far behind I was on this game. I mean, just watch this ghost run of somebody beating this island in only 7 seconds. Just to note, it took me about 2.5 minutes to beat this island. They basically skipped the entire island, finding this alternate path to complete it. And the whole game basically functions this way. With the right skills and talismans and enough practice, these islands can be cleared out in a number of ways, especially when combining the different talismans that you can find on the islands. And you can buy them from the store as well to expand on the options you have. allowing you to spend the coins you find across the different islands to buy more talismans or some new outfits as well. Which, the different outfits give you a whole new way to customize Beebs, with everything from the Jester outfit to a Witch's outfit and a DJ outfit. Oh, and of course the Witch's outfit with a big hat, like a really big hat. And you can even change the color of her hair. You can also keep 2 different loadouts, which you can easily switch between with different talismans and outfits on each. I actually use this to have a loadout made for navigating the world easier with speedy talismans to make me move faster, then a loadout for the platforming with extra jumps and further glides. And then I had a different outfit on each one so I could quickly tell which loadout I had loaded at the time. But messing with the different outfits and loadouts is when I made another discovery about this game, which pertains to the outfits. When you have the full matching outfit, there's different idle animations. Like for this witch outfit where bees will be sitting on a floating broom. But these animations only work when you have the full outfit equipped. If you have either piece mismatched, the default animation is all that'll play out. It doesn't add much to the game, but it's a fun little detail that I love to see. And it kind of shows where Fabraz had some fun with little Easter eggs in this game. Which they do say they have Easter eggs sprawled throughout the game for those who have played the previous games in the series, none of which got through to me since Demon Tides was my introduction to the series. But what an introduction it has been. Overall, I give Demon Tides a 4.5 out of 5. Demon Tides has to be one of the best hidden gems of a video games I've come across. I'm shocked by how little I've heard about this game leading up to its release, and even how little I've heard of it since it released. The open world of this game allows you to power through it however you want, which is a ton of fun. And it handles it the best way possible by letting the player explore it however they want, and even complete challenges however they want. Either taking them the way they were meant to be done, or finding ways to skip around the level if you have the right skill set. And if you need some help in the game, the entire map is community powered with the addition of graffiti. Anywhere on the map, players can place graffiti that can give useful information for people, like where coins might be hidden, secret paths, or just pictures of Among Us. There's so much to this game, and I actually can't wait to finish this review so I can go back and see if I can speed through some of the islands and beat some of the speedrun times. And finish grabbing some of the chests and collectibles I missed. So if this game sounds any fun to you, you should check it out now by following the links in the description, as the game is available now on Steam with plans to come out in the future for the Nintendo Switch. It's even getting a physical edition on the Nintendo Switch from Fangamer that'll include Demon Turf and Demon Tides. And I'm probably gonna need to pick that up as soon as it releases. But hey, that's just my thoughts on Demon Tides. Maybe you played it and had a different experience. Let us know in the comments what you thought of this game. And if you like this review, hit that subscribe button and check out our other reviews by clicking the icons on the screen. If you have suggestions for other games you think we should play, let us know as well. Until next time, this has been Brad with the Bickering Nerds.